Nagkakape to.
Hi everyone. Hello. Thank you for joining us. It's February 14 technically, but we are reporting the market performance for February 13. Okay, so thank you for joining us, and I'd like to invite everyone to go ahead and drop a comment so that we can prioritize your stocks. Okay, so I would like to review them one by one for you. In the meantime, let us go ahead and invite some of our friends here in our Instagrams. And in our Facebook page. So just we'll give them a few minutes, all right? Please let me know if the audio is okay. Okay, let's check if it's working. All right, let me see. All right. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. Well, first of all, I'd like to prioritize. I just realized I need to prioritize ABA, ACEX, ALLHC, PHA, CPG, NIKL, East West, and CHIB. This was a request from Marco. Okay, so Marco, this one is for you. We are going to go ahead and check it out. Well, first of all, let's see what happened in the index today. Okay, so I would say, even though this is a green candlestick in the index, I would still have to say that this is a sign of weakness still, because we are respecting the movement here. We're very near the MA20 line, and at the moment, each time it goes near that line, we see some signs of rejection. And so I feel that there's a possibility that in the coming days, it might even go down further. Okay, probably tomorrow, some of the stocks in the index would still continue to go down. So let me first start with ABA. Feb 26. There's an X date. Feb 26. Okay. Now, I'd like to say that overall, I think there's still a chance for you to haggle a little bit and probably enter at the much lower price, as I feel that right now this is a bit of a bearish candlestick. Most of the action happened below the MA20 line, and then it tried to somehow overshoot, but it did not retain. So that means this, I think, is still respecting the MA20 level as our resistance. Now it might continue to dip, but at the moment the nearest possible support that I see would be around this level, because there was a consolidation that happened right here and also in this area. So I feel that it will first test this level. Now if it bounces, all good. However, if it continues to break down, then chances are it will go ahead and proceed to 0.74 level. Okay, or even much lower than that, around here. Okay, 0.73. So just in case it dips. The next one would be ACEX. ACEX will it's starting to trigger your lower Bollinger Band, so that means it might continue to trigger some selling pressure. Okay, so it might revisit your 6.43 level. So in case you want to get in ACEX, I feel that you can get it at a much cheaper price. ALLHC. ALLHC. Okay, so now what I can say here is that at any time this stock revisits, let's say, around 2.48 level, 2.48 or 2.47, and then this is what we call a double bottom. Now if it goes here and then this still continues to give us an upward trend, see that from one point to the other point, your RSI, so this is your first point, okay, second point, when it reaches that line and then you still see the same pattern, that means that's what we call a bullish divergence. And if it does that, then chances are it will now change its direction. So if the overall trend at the moment is really declining, that means there's a big chance that we might bounce anytime soon. Some people would have to wait for a confirmation or a green candlestick before they enter. So the key area to monitor at the moment is 2.47. Okay, next would be PHA. For those people who just joined, go ahead, please drop a comment, say hi, so that I can recognize you. Okay, so next would be, I'd say for PHA or FA, I see this level, 0.2998, okay, as the nearest possible support. Now, let's see, how does your RSI look like? It's also the same pattern as the previous stock. It's giving us that slightly bullish divergence. So if in the event this stock revisits this line to 0.2998, then chances are it might give you something like this. Okay, so you're very near the possible support. CPG. CPG is still triggering the lower Bollinger Band. Let's see this one. And then how does your RSI look like? Also the same. So I feel that this one as well is going to bounce anytime soon. We just need to wait probably a green candlestick to engulf this, probably something like 0.4784 or even much higher than that. So the goal is it should start somewhere 0.47 and most of the action happens on the upside and then ends in a much higher price. Then that's what we call a bullish divergence. I mean, sign of reversal, right? Because right now your RSI is already doing a bullish divergence. So this one, that's our trigger. You're very near a support. All right, so let's recognize George Mirando. Hi, Miss JD. CHB Meg Tech, please. CHB, I'm writing it down. CHB Meg and Tech. All right. So at the moment we just reviewed CPG. So I have NIKL, East West, CHIB, CHB, Meg, and Tech. All right. NIKL. Okay, NIKL, I feel bearish. So this is a sign of weakness still. So it might revisit 2.51 again. Yep, I feel that it will just revisit that area. The reason being is I only see very minimal volume pulling the price down. So if it goes down any further by tomorrow or in the coming days, it will most likely just bounce at the 2.51 level. Okay, and overall, if you are to look at that, also some consolidation that happened here. See that? So I feel that this area is quite a strong support, and I feel that it might sustain. Okay, so talking about risk reward ratio, you're at a very good position. East West. For East West, I also feel like this stock is, if you're a long-term investor, I think this is a promising position because this is the support that I see. So some consolidation that happened here. Okay, so it's an area, so chances are it might be a little higher or a little lower. Look at this. So this one over here, so that's a consolidation. So that's a support. And yeah, I think it will first test that area. So in case this thing dips, you can wait for it at the 10.95 level. But if you're a long-term investor and you only see, just a few cents away from your target price, and you feel that you would like to invest in it in the long term, I think wherever it is at right now, that's very near the support, and then you can start accumulating volume. I'm not saying you put in everything in your buying power, but maybe test it out just in case it does not give us a chance at 10.95. So you might want to give it a try. But if I am to trade this, I feel that I can wait between, let's say, 11 pesos. 11 pesos is already good entry price for those people who are really eager to enter, and then market does not give us a chance at 10.95. Okay, CHIB CHIB is currently doing sideways. Wherever it is at right now is still considered as a support level. So if you're interested, anywhere here is already a fine entry. But if you want, you can use what we call a Dartmouth box. They would plot it like this. Okay. So some people would like to wait for the, the real support area over here. And since it's doing sideways, some people would use range trading. So they wait at the support level and then they exit at the resistance area. So the nearer you are to the support, the better, as you will be able to maximize your potential profit. Now, let's say you enter around 24.75 and then it dips some more. Then if you are a trader, take note, if you are a trader, before you even enter in this trade, you already have a rule. At what point are you willing to take as a negative? If it dips lower by X%, are you willing to tolerate that? Otherwise, exit the trade. Just set some rules like 3% down or 5% down. If it goes beyond that, it's like no mercy. That's my rule. It's 5%, then I exit. CHB. Ooh, sorry about that. I had to go back. Anyway, I'm working Pinoys at Miss JD over here in Instagrams, in case you have not followed me there. Also, in case you have not subscribed yet, my simple request is I hope you subscribe to our channel over here so that I will continue to be inspired. Your presence really inspires me each time I go live. Even though it's already wee hours in the morning, I'm still here. You're my inspiration, guys. So yeah, why not subscribe? So where did we leave off? CHIB, let me check. I already did this. CHB. Okay, CHP is currently, about to trigger some sideways movement. So I think wherever it is at right now is in fact a support level. Okay, so if you want to give it a try, 1.39 for me is a possible area of bounce. It's trying to consolidate at that level right now. So it did a double bottom over here. First stop and then second stop, and then it's slightly higher than the previous one. So in the short term, you already have a bullish divergence. So if you want to give it a try, for me, I'd wait for the price to reach 1.39. Next would be MEG. MEG, I'd say we stay away for now because it's triggering the lower Bollinger Band, and I don't see any possible area of support anywhere near, right, like that. Okay, so maybe we check this area out. This could be the next possible support. Okay, 3.54 level. Or 3.52. So what we did over here is, of course, we screen wherever it is at right now. We look down, then we look to the left. Do you see the nearest area where you see some consolidation? Then that becomes our imaginary support. So right over here, there's one. Another one over here. And another one. Oops, sorry about that. So that's the key area to monitor. But right now, let me see. It's 3.75, so it might trigger some more bearish actions. Tech. Oh no, it officially crossed your MA20 line, so that support got broken. So chances are it will trigger some more movements on a downward direction. So let us see if it will just stop at 6.18, okay, or 6.15. But I feel overall you will have some people taking profit, and so it will continue to dip. Okay, so what do we have next? Show. Yay, Joseph Fernandez. Good evening, Miss JD. Subscribe to your channel. Pwede pa-check po AXLM, MWC, and Fruit, of course. I am gonna do that right now. AXLM, MWC, and Fruit. Okay, AXLM you're currently at a support level for AXLM. As you can see here, for several points. First, second, and third. Also some consolidation that happened right here. So this one over here. So it actually created that support here, but it broke. So that's the reason why at one point it made a resistance. So what I can say is that currently wherever you are sitting is a support area. But many people play conservative, they wait for a green candlestick, but guess what? Your foreign buying is already existing in today's market, or has existed in today's market. That means foreigners or foreign investors find this attractive. The price is right now is already at a cheap level. Look at that. Okay, so maybe you can already consider accumulating volume. The next one is MWC Fruit, and then I go to Don Pulube, Xiao, Meralco, and SMC. Okay, let me check MWC first. MWC is currently very near a possible support. I'd say MA20 would be a good area to monitor, but I feel that it might slightly dip or cross that line, probably around this area, 10.61, because there's a resistance that happened right here, also right here, so it might retest that and probably do something like this before it goes up again. But overall, look at that, you're very near your possible support. Okay, so MA20 line, or if it overshoots and breaks that MA20, for me 10.61 is a key area to watch out for. Fruit. Fruit right here, I feel that it is still respecting your MA20 line. Okay, let me see if this thing is okay. So let's check. Maybe this will still continue to respect that, because right here, when it reached your MA20 level, there was a bounce. So maybe for the next few days, it will just move within the range before it continues to go up. Now let's take a look at Meralco, and this is for Dawn. Meralco is still bearish at the moment. So given that we have reviewed PSEI, and Meralco is also part of the index, and PSEI is also giving us some bearish signals still. So I feel that this being part of the index would also have the same pattern. So chances are it will also going to dip in the coming days, but very near the current price is your support. This is where we see it possibly bound. I mean, it would possibly bounce. So just wait. 256 level is a key area to enter or monitor. SMC, on the other hand, I think this is really bound to bounce anytime soon because of this. Your 131.69 is a significant area. When the price touches around that level, that means slightly higher or slightly lower, you experience a bounce. So chances are we will continue to change the direction in the coming days. Your RSI also, look at that. Your RSI is giving us a bullish signal. So that's good. Okay. Let me see. So anything else? Do you have any request? Otherwise, I will continue and check out the other stocks over here. And I filter that according to the highly traded, and then I work my way downwards. Okay, so far, our last stock was Meralco and SMC. This time around, let's start with where I'd say ISM. ISM, I don't feel good. We might have some more downward movements in the coming days. We're still triggering the lower Bollinger Band. I don't even want to put some markings because, oh well, might even touch the 1.55 level. So let's try to configure that. I wonder what happened here. Okay, never mind. So that's ISM. BPI on the other hand. Okay, BPI is starting to trigger. Okay, I think this is a good story for BPI. It is starting to trigger some more bullish actions, so I feel that it will continue to move up. And the next possible resistance would be this level. Okay, you're very near actually a possible resistance, so I feel that when it touches that level it will rest for a while, but I don't feel that it will cross your MA20 line, so it will just play around 85 when it just in case it rests. All right, let me just go ahead and refresh because one of the indicators got messed up. All right, nice. We're growing. The viewers are growing. Go ahead and drop a comment and say hi. Thanks for joining me. I know it's already in the Philippines. It's already 2 o'clock. 2:13, I think. So what we have here? So we talked about ISM. We talked about BPI, and we said that BPI were very near the next possible support. I mean resistance. So that means it might test that first. So hopefully it breaks it. Otherwise, it might rest again and it will go around 85 before it continues to move up. But overall, I believe in BPI. You're still at a very manageable price, not at the extreme high, because at one point it even reached as high as 100. You're only at 87% or 87 pesos. So for long-term investors, I think you're in a very promising spot right now. The next would be so I did that. MWC done. Meg, let's check out SMPH. SMPH. I wonder what this line is. So, oh, another possible resistance right here. So you're very near a resistance. So just be extra careful, as I feel that normally when this happens, you will experience some rejection at the resistance area. So just wait for it if you really want to take advantage of a much discounted price. Right now it's very near resistance, so you scary because the chances of it moving up is really slim, considering that the index has, based on what we see, index will potentially decline, and this could also be affected, right? So wait for it around MA20 line. Okay, so this blue line over here is our MA20 line, so that's our indicator, just in case it dips. So we did ISM, BPI, and SMPH. The next one, so we did tech, we did fruit with to MBT. MBT, okay, all right. So this one, you're very near a support as well, but your call. If you'd like to wait for this price to revisit your 58.28 level, so go ahead and enter at that level, because I feel that it might revisit that and create a much stronger support in that level before it continues to go up. But overall, guess what? Look at this. Very promising spot. Okay, just in case it will go down, I think it will go down as low as 56.98, around that line, or 56.90, because I see some consolidation right here. So remember, we look at from where it is at right now, and we look and screen to the left. The next one, so we had MBT, now BDO. I'm just documenting it because some of our viewers will watch this video later in the morning. BDO, on the other hand, is, let me see, I feel that this is a sign of weakness. It might continue to dip. And first, test this area, 149.06 level. Okay, it will probably test that first before it continues to go up. So I hope it continues to go up, otherwise it might even go down because you are already at a very, I'd say, high level. But since this is BDO, so majority of us are not really that scared. This is just market sentiment, and might, bounce at that level. But we'll see, because your RSI is not giving me any additional message yet. So foreign selling is still persistent. Next one, ICT. ICT is looks promising for ICT over here. 121.28 for me is a possible area of bounce. So we should, if you want, you can wait for it to revisit 121.28 before you enter. And that's for ICT. ALLI might decline some more and touch your MA20 level before it goes up. Okay, so that's what we see. Again, the moment it touches your MA20 line, we'll revisit that. We'll take a look again, because you can never tell. Depending on the RSI, depending on the volume, that will influence our next insight. But for now, the nearest would be around 41.98. That being an area of possible bounce, because it is it's the MA20 line. Okay, wow. Happy Valentine's po from Marco J. Yeah, it's already February 14. Okay, happy Valentine's, everyone. I think people are already asleep, but I just arrived, so part of our daily routine, we feel that our day is not complete without our daily reviews. But I feel so guilty. I'm not that very consistent in the past few days because we had so many client visits. But anyway, we are here and we'll continue this. So we're done with Ali. We're done with Morocco. AC, let's take a look. AC, I think this is starting to trigger a possible bounce. It will continue to move up. And because at the moment it's still trying to stabilize. And probably will continue to move up. Okay. Oh, where's QT? She is asleep. She already slept. Okay, so that's our AC 746.77. Ganda po pala ng Ethereum. Let me see. Ethereum cryptocurrency. Are you referring to Ethereum BTC or Ethereum USD? Oh yeah, actually even XRP. Let me see. Volume is still moving up, even though it's already very high, right? Do you see that? But let us say this, if this is the candlestick and the market is already closed, I'd say that could mean a possible sign of weakness. But since the market is open, still we do not know what could possibly be the ending of this candlestick today. But for me, I feel that this level, just in case, will potentially reach that. That's what I see. Just in case this continues to move up, because there's also a build up right over here, which is very near that. So just in case it breaks that, then next stop would be 314 as a possible resistance. Interesting. You're also doing cryptocurrency. So I wonder, what is your entry price? There's also XRP USD. This is another one. Starting to trigger some more bullish actions above here. There's a resistance right in this level, but it triggered and broke that. So there's a breakout play happening right now. This also used to be a resistance. So we have broken that. So the next thing that it will challenge would be for it to break this level. And looks like it is really going to break that. Okay, so Don Pulube is interested in JFC. Sure. JFC. Hold on, let me just document that. Ethereum, XRP. And JFC, this one is for Don Pulube. JFC, ALLHOME. You guys are still awake. I wonder where you are all based. Are you from out of the country? Okay. So I'm reading Marco's message. Pasok labas po ako lately pero nag-start ako po sa 200. For Ethereum, let me go back to that. 200. Oh wow, interesting. So you did the you entered probably right after it broke this resistance at 193 level. There was a resistance here around 193. Yep. Good job. Okay, so let me go back to JFC. Oh, UAE. Okay, JFC, I feel that we're starting to bounce. We have had some consolidation at 190.58 level. So I think this will continue to move up. A very cheap level. Regardless, I even entered at 213 and it broke that. But hey, I don't feel bad. I'm a long-term investor here for JFC. I also entered MPI at MPI 3.23 and now it is at 3. So how many percent down? 6 point or 7.68. Okay, so I would always say if you're an investor, you should make sure you cut your losses. But for these two, especially MPI and JFC, I'm a long-term investor. So done with JFC. ALLHOME. Wait, what happened? ALLHOME or home? Oh, because we're here. Home. Okay, so this is currently sitting at a support. That's a support area. So I would say if you would like to start accumulating volume, the current spot of home is very promising. Number one, because you had the double bottom over here and then your RSI is moving up. That's hint number one. Hint number two is that your volume has increased suddenly. Your hint number 3, foreign buying, is already happening. So I feel that this one is really at a good position if you are a position trader. Okay. The next one, let's take a look at Bloom. Bloom for me experienced a price breakdown. This used to be a support and it broke that, so chances are it will continue to decline. So we're already at an oversold level. So hopefully it won't be long till you will see a possible change in direction. Okay, ISM, BPI, and BDO. Okay, so although I already checked this out, but I'm going to go ahead and check it out again for you. ISM for me is still on a high selling pressure, but I don't feel that it is going to be that long. We won't experience that long wait before it changes its direction. Reason being is, look at this. There's a bullish divergence from, price was moving downwards and your RSI is already pushing the price, or RSI is starting to create that momentum. So I think just wait for some stabilization around the area. So let's say it continues to move within the range of 1.84 to 2, then I'd say yes, that's an area of support. Some people wanted to wait for an engulfing candlestick before they enter, but your call. 1.84, I think, and this is already at a cheap level. Also, foreign buying is already present in this stock. So another key stock to monitor, BDO. BDO, I feel that we might trigger some more bearish movements, and since we saw this price hits this level, hits that level, and used to be a resistance as well, so your previous resistance will act as a support. Now it might do something like this, touch this first before it goes up again. Okay, so that's BDO. Did I talk about BPI? Let me check. BPI, you're very near your possible resistance. Okay, so this is the next resistance that we see. Okay, so although there's a spike in the volume, the first thing it'll challenge is, of course, to break that 87.69. I'm not saying that it will not happen, but unless we have, a good volume, rejection normally happens when it reaches the resistance area. So let's just monitor. Maybe you might even have a gap up, or just in case it rests, the nearer you are to the MA20 line, the better around this level. Okay, so that's a key area to watch out for. 84.54, that's a possible support. Okay, let me check. So the next would be, what else? DNL. Oh, DNL is triggering some bearish actions. So go ahead and wait for it. See if it will bounce at 8.27. Okay, why? Point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4. So there are key areas where the price jumps or bounces each time it gets hit. That's for Bloom. I mean DNL. FGen. FGen is trying to create a stabilization within this range, or this level, I mean. Look at that. There you go. Bullish divergence. So watch out. It might stabilize and then move up. And it's starting to be constricted. Take a look. Do you do dividend play pot? Even if I want to, I am not able to do that play because I have a regular day job, and I only get to do this whenever I reach home. And even just to commit for a specific time for my live, I cannot even commit. So in the morning, I still, I trade for long term. Stocks in the Philippine market are mostly for long term, as for my profile suggests. But at night, I get to also trade the US market, and I just set my stop loss. But dividend play, I cannot commit. Sometimes I just gear away from those. And during weekends, I do options trading, and that's where that's high risk. First of all, that's why I highly control the amount that I play. So for example, I'm only willing to play $20 for this particular weekend, and what's good about that is, regardless, there's no 8K rule. In the Philippine market, they say you have to trade with a minimum amount of 8,000, otherwise you'll be at a losing end with all the fees. But in options trading, you can even trade with as low as $1, and the fees are already built in based on the amount that you could potentially win. So just research about that, and you'll see. So with my $20, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. But the point is, I get to exercise my technical analysis using real money during weekends. So just some insights that I can share tonight. BCOR. What happened to BCOR? BCOR is currently attempting to go back to 2.60. 2.60 or 2.56. Okay, so it somehow broke that MA20 line. It might continue to go down. BCOR. So just take a look at that line that I created, and that will be your possible area of bounce. Ano po US stocks nyo? Apple. This. I just entered Tesla. I entered Tesla. Let me just check. eToro. Where did I enter in Hold on. So, I don't have Apple, by the way. Hala. What happened? It's not accepting. So, I use eToro. eToro for my platform in the US market. It's not accepting. What's happening? Oh my. Never mind. So I entered Tesla. I also entered Lyft just tonight. Okay. But I forgot the amount. I forgot the amount that I entered just tonight. So it's a red. Okay, and then another one is Overstock. OSTK. There you go. That's where I entered. Let's see, Apple. I feel that Apple might rest because of this declining momentum while the price is trying to stabilize up there. It's like just moving some sideways there, and then your volume also starting to decline. Parang mas masarap pa Ethereum or US market kaysa sa ngayon. Yeah. I think I don't know what's causing it, but I think what is currently happening in, with all the controversies and all the, China thing, coronavirus, and some other tensions around the globe. When that happens, people try to diversify and put their funds in cryptocurrency. Whenever there is a issues that involve Trump, that involve the US market, people go back and move to the cryptocurrency. That's what they do. Okay, so again, this is a portal where we exchange our knowledge. So, and because I cannot watch the market fully and watch the news fully, feel free to drop a comment and probably let us know what do you think may have influenced some declines in some of the stocks in the US market, and why is probably cryptocurrency starting to move, is starting to become bullish. Bitcoin over here, let me see. Bitcoin USD. There. See, it also moved up, but starting to show some weakness over here. But let me see XRP again. There. So all good. VFA. NIKL. Yun. Yeah. Parang mas masarap Ethereum. Marco J, ang laki lang po ng spread sa crypto ng eToro. That's why I don't really use eToro for my crypto. I think my crypto right now, well, I placed it in my coins.ph. It's in coins.ph. And I also have some in Binance. But I really cannot monitor that, so I just leave it there. I have XRP. I had a position in XRP. I thought the level it had before was already good. It's already cheap, but it even dipped some more. I think I got it around 1.30 something, around this range, and then there was some price breakdown, so I just leave it there. I left it there. Overall, take a look at that. We are just within this range, but at one point it even reached some 3 pesos area. So yeah, I'm just waiting for it to go up. Binance, coins.ph, those are my portals for cryptocurrency. VFA, I wonder what VFA is, Nimyo. What is VFA? Is it cryptocurrency? Oh, what's VFA? Is it visiting forces agreement? I'm not sure. Anyway, so it's really nice in Instagrams. I can search like cryptocurrencies, but I only have these 4 major pairs. I mean, yeah, BCH, BTC, already at the resistance area, so be extra careful. Yeah, okay, got it. Visiting forces agreement. So that may have, so visiting forces agreement only involved Philippines and the US, right? So that may have influenced, if I'm correct, or correct me if I'm wrong, that may have influenced the decline in very good. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah. So this was regarding the question why PSEI is going down. Yep, that makes sense. So especially for those more stable companies, I think they just got affected by market sentiment. But if you have, the funds, this is actually the best time to add some more volume. JFC for me, JFC MPI, I'm not recommending, but I know I have some shares there. I I like these stocks because they're so far, well, MPI so far is one of the cheapest, if I'm not mistaken, or even the cheapest stock or company in the index. The other companies in the index are already very expensive, so at least I get to buy a lot of shares with just 3 pesos something. But JFC, I I was able to take profit before around 324. Good thing I was able to exit before everything collapsed. But right now with JFC, I feel that we're at a very cheap level. There was some consolidation that happened here, so it's really, I think, at a good level now. Ali, Marcus said Ali. Ali for me, I think just wait for it to go back to the MA20 line before it goes up again. There you go. Yep. So since we're moving above that line, so chances are it will revisit and test your MA20. But for me, this is a bearish signal. You might have some dips somewhere around 41.98. Okay. I wonder. I just entered my eToro earlier, and all of a sudden I cannot log in. I don't know what happened. Let me see. No. Probably I just need to use a different browser. Never mind. But do you guys also have a eToro? Who among you are trading the US market? So, I have a question in passing. Do you guys do this full time as well? Do you trade full time, or do you have a regular day job? Well, hopefully someday we become very expert at this, and you know, clear nyo po cash nyo. Okay, there you go. Um, I might do that. I don't know if it will interfere with whatever I'm doing if I clear my cache. Anyway, you're using Marco's using eToro. Raymond is also using eToro. I'm using eToro. So far, I think it's really very easy to use, user friendly. Yes, full time, home based. Wow. Still exploring Padin setups. Interesting. I envy you, Raymond. I wish I can be a home based person someday and still earn. I'm s- that's why I'm doing double time in this, because I know I want to be home based someday, and be confident at my trading skills, so I can just do this full time. So we're trying to create a habit here, and are skilling ourselves, even if you're so tired, even if I'm so tired with all the whole day at work, we still do this. What setups do you use? This one, well, I'd like to say thank you to Lloyd Bazaar. Um, I think some of you know him. I really learned a lot from him when I started. I was very consistent at watching his videos, and if you're familiar with him, his setup is exactly the same as what I'm using right now, and it really helped. Very simple, very straightforward, and yeah, whatever he's doing, I'm actually doing right now, just to pay it forward, because I learned for free, and so I can also share this for free. So at least we have many people who's doing this online, so we can influence more Filipinos to learn and start saving money and trade the market, because it's not that complicated. It just needs some discipline. Marco, what's your setup? Okay. Well, in the meantime, let me go ahead and explore some stocks to review. Pure gold. Pure gold might dip some more and touch the 37.94 level again before it bounces up. But overall, it's mostly just doing sideways with some, you know, uh, selling pressure happening. Alma, MAs lang, Alma, and MACD po. What's Alma? Oh, what is this? Interesting. So I'll try to research. Uy, there you go. So thanks for sharing. MACD, when I started, I also used MACD, and to this day, sometimes I would put it there. Very helpful as well. And MAs, um, sometimes I would add, they have what they call AOTS, alignment of the stars. Sometimes would also explore that when I do my options trading. Like combination of MAs and SMAs. Nice. Oh, that's Raymond. So, Raymond, you're the one who's full time. So, are you doing just 100% trading the entire day, or do you have other source of income home based? Sometimes when I get too tired of traveling every day, I feel like I want to just do some things at home and just you know find a home based job and then do trading. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a look at Double Dragon. Double Dragon is giving us some bearish signals. It might continue to go down and retest your MA20 line. Since college. So you've been trading since college. Oh, freelance web developer. Nice. Awesome. Amazing. IT ka din pala. Marco, you're also an IT? Galing. Nice. Wow. It's really cool if you have those skills that you can have. Mine is, well, I'm a trainer by profession, but right now I don't really train, but I manage people in the training team. So that's my job. So, but sometimes even if you're too tired to go to the office, but because you love what you do, you love to develop people, everything's worth it. Yes po, programmer dati pero more of support na lang yun. Support because Marco is most likely a manager now. So that's what we do. We manage people. I bet. I bet I'm right. Okay, Double Dragon, guys, make sure you watch out at the 17.80 area because it might continue to go down and hopefully it just bounces around that level and moves up again. LTG. LTG, let's take a look. I think LTG is currently sitting at a resistance. This used to be a resistance right here. Nope, yaw ko po mag-manage ng tao. Yep. I So some people yeah, they like to be individual contributors in an organization, and sometimes part of me would want to be like that, especially when you have so many pasaway in your team. So your LTG right here, guys, is currently sitting at a resistance area. So chances are it might rest, but I'm not sure if it will stop right here or it will go back to this level. So in case, let us say, the market opens and then most of the actions happen above 10.56, then that means we might now have a confirmed change in direction, because right now it's just starting to trigger that movement to the upside. So let's watch out. So probably tomorrow or in the coming days would be a make or break day. MBT and web. MBT. So we were able to review this earlier, and this is the nearest possible support that we see. And then if it breaks that, I already plotted the next area to monitor, 56.90 level. What about web? Web broke your MA20 line, so I don't feel good because it might continue to trigger some more movements below that. But if you're to screen to the left, the nearest possible area of bounce or support would be right at the 2.95 level. Okay. The next one would be, let's take a look at SHLPH. Oh no. So it did a double bottom as well. For SHLPH, take a look at that, and your RSI is a little higher than before. So chances are this might continue to give us some change in direction. So try to get in as near as you can at the 29.50 level. So, but sometimes, again, I mentioned this a few times, and I got reminded by some of our friends in Investograms. Wait for a green candlestick to come out and confirm the bounce, because let's say tomorrow you're too eager, because I said it's already cheap. You're too eager to get in, not realizing that it will dip even further. But just by the looks of it, in case if it will dip, it won't be that much anymore, because your RSI is already starting to trigger some bullish signals. Okay. So anything else, guys? Any other requests? Well, if not, I hope you do subscribe and share this to your friends. Yeah, join me again next time. And happy Valentine's. In the meantime, thank you very much. I gotta sleep, and it's a Friday tomorrow. You have a good one, and you take care. Okay? Bye bye for now.